We are Angelo and Ilsa, theater owners from Western New York forced out of business by the global happenings of 2020. With no clear view in sight of when we'll be able to fully reopen our live performance venue, we moved our family into a 15-year-old shuttle bus and made it our tiny off-grid home on wheels. Subscribe and join us and the Inspire engine on our journey.
What a cool spot. This is cool. Alright. I bet they're going to have a sticker that Elsa would like. Hats. Yes. Your misery and despair.
I'm so tired. It takes 5 hours to get 1 hour away.
Not even an entire hour away.
I'm just so tired. I'm in a vortex still. I haven't recovered from vortex. Oh, no. The vortex too?
Yes.
I don't even know like where I am and what I'm doing. I'm so tired.
Okay.
We're back to overlanding. We said Winnipeg to where were
San Antonio.
I'm so tired.
And we really are overlanding because we, for the first time, actually used iOverlander, a site that we couldn't find on free campsites.
Right.
Yeah.
So we wanted to camp close to Austin because we're visiting our friend Eric. And Eric was very particular and said you have to camp within this much of a radius of me, so we're close by so he can come visit us. So we were confined to this
I think he would have visited
circle.
us. I think Eric would have visited us if we were outside of that radius, but he was trying to be helpful. Saying like, this is a good radius that's convenient if you're in the area, you know.
So it's hard to camp in a city when you're in a very noticeable RV. We can't really hide, otherwise known as stealth camping.
There's nothing stealth about the Inspire engine.
We have 6 bikes strapped to the bus on the front and the back.
And a porch.
And a porch.
And an antenna.
Yep, and a window that looks like a house window. And curtains. And now we have letters on the side of the bus that we'll show you that say Inspire Engine. So we found this place. It's a park. I think it's festival grounds. It said it was a botanical garden, but I don't see any botanicals anywhere.
Botanicals? Yeah, they're gardening botanicals right over there.
And it's right on a river. Our view right out the window here is the skyline of Austin, and it's one of the prettiest cities I've ever seen. It's pretty cool.
Amazing.
So we drove into this big park. There's a lot of people parked here, and it looks like they've had some stuff going on in this park. The garbages are a little bit overflowing. Looks like maybe they had some activity over the weekend. Maybe we're here on a Sunday night, which is great because they don't charge you for parking on weekdays. So we're here. I think we could probably stay here a couple days. I don't know if I want to because I'm a little freaked out. I'm sitting here holding my pepper spray. I plan to get out my tactical shovel, and I'm going to snuggle that tonight to bed. Just little measures of protection.
That's what she calls me, ladies and gentlemen, her tactical shovel.
No, tactical shovel's nice because not only can you use it to, do your business in the woods, but it's a what is it made of? It's
titanium or whatever?
I don't know. It's a good heavy metal, and it has a sharp serrated edge. So it can dig your holes, it can fend off predators, human or otherwise, and I just like having it. I think it's small, it folds up too, so it's nice to have.
This is our first time city camping without staying in a hotel.
Yeah. I feel safest in the woods.
Yeah.
So we drove into this park, and we drove around, and it's pretty active. There are a lot of people here.
I think they were all parking.
They're all parking.
And
like I said
parking.
I said that as we came in. I'm like, this is a great parking spot, if you know what I mean. Pulled off to this one little section where there was a fantastic view because I wanted to take a picture. And I got out, and I decided to walk kind of towards the river's edge, and I saw little eyes in the dark. And so I turned on my flashlight, and right as I shone my flashlight at the little eyes, it was I'm going to call it a trash panda again. I forgot what it's called. A raccoon. A trash panda lurched at me. Like, it saw the light come on. Instead of running away, it lunged forward. And so I sort of startled and in a split moment decided to lunge back at the panda. And it ran off. So then I took my picture, and as I climbed up on a bench to take the picture, and as I got back down, somebody screamed from pretty close by. It was like 20 feet away. There's all these trees around this little clearing I was standing in, and somebody was in those trees. Presumably a homeless person. Maybe it was someone like camping out in a tent. They're very permissive of like the tent villages here in Austin, and I think it seems like there's a higher homeless population from just what we noticed coming in. But there's a lot of people just milling about. So I have no idea who this guy was, but he screamed. And maybe he encountered the raccoon, and that's why he screamed? To scare him away?
Or maybe he saw the raccoon and he said, "Ah!"
Yeah.
But that's the sound that he made.
It was very loud and very scary. And I always say there's no good reason to run. Like all these people that exercise and they go running, I'm like, what are you doing? There's no reason to run unless something is threatening you or chasing you. So I ran tonight.
She ran.
I was wearing flip-flops and I sprinted. I was brought back to my track days. I was like, I
snorted.
I ran back to
I
the
heard
bus.
that. It sounded from here. It sounded like it was way off in the distance.
It was pretty close.
Like it sounded like it was from across the river or something.
I thought someone was warning me.
But then I saw you running. I'm like, oh, maybe that was closer than I thought it was. And you were She was running.
I'm probably gonna be sore in the morning after that. But I jumped in the bus and my heart was pounding. I forgot how to start the bus again. Like I was scrambling to just get out of there. And it was probably nothing. It's probably harmless. So I say probably homeless. And I'm really tired. I'm tired and confused, and not sure I'm ready.
Maybe he just got startled by the raccoon.
Maybe he was startled by me. I'm standing there making noise and flashing lights and things, but I'm a little anxious to go to sleep just because I feel so exposed. We're in a park, so we're not parked on a road. Like we're in a parking lot, but I feel very exposed and kind of on display. Whereas when we camp in the woods or the wilderness, we're out of sight. You know, it feels private and it feels safer to me.
There's nobody walking by tempted to just snatch one of those bikes.
Right, which we do have them locked on, so it makes it a little more difficult for someone to steal them.
But I've seen other van lifers have their bikes that were locked on get stolen. If somebody really wants to steal something, they're going to figure out how to do it.
Get it. But it's cool. Austin has, like, we pulled in and we see all these bikes and scooters just laying around. They're the city bikes. And we've noticed that in San Antonio they had it too. They have these scooters and you just use your credit card or there's a QR code or something.
Some kind of an app. And
you just sign in and it powers the thing on and you can go zooming around, and then when you're done you just like drop it and you just leave it. And so Angela was asking, it's like, how do they charge them? Like, what happens to them? Because they were literally just strewn about. Like, they're just all over the place. And so we were sitting here, and this creepy white van comes pulling in and kind of slows down near us. Creepy white van.
Creepier than ours.
Creepier than ours. And this white van pulls in, and I'm like, what's that person doing? Because I'm very suspicious. I'm very aware of what's around us. And it was a van that was collecting the scooters. We saw, it was a woman, she pulled up and parked. I thought, oh, maybe it's another van lifer. Maybe they're staying here. But I was keeping my eye on her. And then she got out and she was shining a flashlight around, and then she collected one of the scooters and put it in the back of the van. So I'd heard that they all have like GPS units in them, and they can locate where they are and go collect them, and they bring them in and charge them, and then they distribute them in the city again, I guess. It's all very interesting. City life. Like, our city's not big enough for that, and I think it's cool.
It's big enough. I think they could do it. They wouldn't need to have dozens and dozens of them, but they have a handful.
They're
in Jamestown.
They're neat. So we're gonna put up all the shades around the cab tonight, just so no one can see in, and locked up all the doors really tight. A lot of times when it's hot outside, we'll sleep with the back door open and just put our screen in, but that feels a little dangerous.
Yeah.
We're gonna sleep locked up.
A lot of dangerous
tonight.
It feels not just a little. A lot of
danger. Yes. But the view is pretty, and all of the kids.
It's amazing. You can see the whole skyline.
The kids are sleeping, and they were sleeping when we got here, and we don't really want to wake them up, but they really should see the view, because the view is kind of awesome.
They'll see it in the morning.
Well, the view, but the lights, the nighttime city lights, is really cool. Somebody's stirring.
Maybe we'll have to just stay another night.
Raya's stirring back there. I don't know if I want to stay another night here. I was looking forward to catching up on sleep, because with our friends that we stayed with last week, we didn't.
They're night owls.
They're night people, and we used to be, but I think they seem to be also morning people. I'm like, when do you sleep, you guys?
During the day. That's why they would disappear.
Oh, they'd get up in the morning and
get up
wake
in the morning,
us up.
let the dogs out, wake us up, bring us breakfast, coffee, or whatever, and then go back to sleep.
And then we're awake.
We'd be up.
So we need to sleep, and I don't know that we're actually going to sleep here, because I don't I kind of feel like I need to stay up a while and be on alert. I might read for a bit and just kind of
Well, I think
observe our surroundings.
we can hang out with Eric a little bit tomorrow, have like a picnic or something, and then we can just get out of Dodge or out of Austin.
The dumb dad joke.
It wasn't even
a purposeful
joke.
dad joke.
It was just was.
You don't even realize when you're doing dad jokes now.
They appreciate my sense of humor. I've actually had people comment below and say that they appreciate my sense of humor. And by the way,
who, your mom?
comment below. No. Mom, keep commenting. No, she hasn't commented at all. She wants me to stand on my own tube.
Stop worrying about the light. It's super distracting. Leave it alone.
I'll edit most of it out.
Blacks out the side of my face. That's okay.
I hung it. I put it in the bag. It's hanging. I made it stick out so you
can
can
you
see
see the view out the window, Raya?
She doesn't care. She just wants her water bottle.
It's amazing. It's hard to see from here, but there's this beautiful city over there. It's gorgeous. This is where we're staying tonight.
Anyway, Buena Bye. Waking up to this beautiful spot. It's a dog park in Austin. I don't know it's specifically a dog park, but a lot of people bring their dogs here. But I just can't get over how amazing this view is. Bus.